The GDPR, or the General Data Protection Regulation, is a major change in data protection law. It's going to come into force on the 25th of May 2018, and it's going to introduce some new concepts and approaches in the area of data processing. As such, it will give expanded rights to individuals, and there will be some implications for us as an organisation. So, for example, there will be some serious sanctions if we get it wrong. So we could be fined up to 20 million euros, or 4% of our overall turnover, which obviously could be very worrying, and there could be reputational consequences for us as an organisation. In terms of the rights that it gives individuals, they'll have the right to be informed, so we will need to give them a detailed explanation of what processing is being carried out and why we're doing it. They'll have a right of access, so they need to know what data is being held about them. They'll have a right of rectification, so if we get their details wrong in any way, we'll have to correct them. They'll also have a right to have their details erased or forgotten. So if they ask us to do that, we have to erase their information from all our systems. There's also a right for their data to be made portable. So if we transfer it to anyone else, we need to explain why we're doing that in any situations. And they've also got a right to object to how we use their data. And so there's significant rights that we have to comply with. Well, the impact will be significant for all organisations, obviously including CIPD. All organisations will need to make sure that they update all their systems and processes to ensure that they comply with GDPR, and obviously we are, included in that. As a membership organisation, we have over 145,000 members, and we have approximately 400 employees, and we have approximately 1,000 volunteers, many of them in the branch network. So we need to make sure that we get all the processes, procedures and our systems in place to ensure that we as an organisation comply with the GDPR and that we look after all those individuals and their rights. CIPD, we've chosen to break down this GDPR into 5 key areas. So we're looking at it from a number of different perspectives. Firstly, from a marketing perspective, we're looking at how individuals consent to their information being used. We're then looking at it from an IT or technology point of view, and how we use our systems to capture people's information. Very importantly, obviously, as an HR organisation, we're looking at it from a people perspective, how we can train our own staff as well as our volunteers with data protection. And we're also looking to appoint champions in our business so that they can carry on the work that we do throughout the organisation, because it's important that everybody in the organisation is aware of the risks, aware of the obligations that GDPR imposes. We're also looking at it from a legal perspective, so we're looking at what our policies and procedures need to be. We need to update those, put the right systems in place. And lastly, we need to ensure that our branches have all the information that they need so that we fully support them. And we're also looking at it from an international dimension to ensure that our colleagues in Singapore and the Middle East are fully up to date with the obligations that it imposes on them.
Yes, well, we've got quite a lot of activity that we're planning to put in place, so all our branches will have the information that they need. Part of that is through, we've been conducting surveys and making sure that we understand what knowledge people have already done and what training they've already done. We're particularly working with the secretaries in all of the branches to make sure that they have the required training and they're up to date with what's going on with data protection. We'll also be providing FAQs and fact sheets so that if you do have any questions, you can refer to those. And there is always the opportunity to talk to a member of the branch development team that can help you if you have any further questions. The best place to find information and to access these resources will be to go into the branch network. So if you are volunteering for us, do make sure that you have logged in and you have your password, and you can then go in and pick up all the information you need in the branch network.